Welcome in, welcome in. Let's adjust this just a little bit. Let's see. That should be pretty good. Alrighty. I think we're good. Sounds good to me. Let's see, may need to adjust that to be right there. Okay. We're just about ready to go. Freddie Mercury, welcome in. Welcome to the event. There's plenty of room, lots of good seats right up front here. Glad you could make it. Marsha, Adam C, welcome in. Welcome to our live event. We, as a community here, just about a month ago, adopted 3 times a pack of red wolves from the Endangered Wolf Center. Virtual adoption. Gonna switch that. Anyway, along with that came an adoption package, which we are unboxing today. Super excited about that. Our community came together. Jorge, welcome in. Hi, how are you? Glad you could be here. So, yes, today is our unboxing event. We've still got a few minutes before the official live event starts. So, click in, settle in, grab a seat, grab some popcorn, hydrate. Some tasty H2O. Minerva, welcome in. And thank you for liking the live. Those taps really help. If you guys could do me a favor and tap the screen while we're getting everybody in here. And while we're waiting, I'll share some news from the past month since our last Red Wolf Live about things that have happened. So one of the really cool things that did happen is right around the time that we did our live, USA Today, actually on national television, hosted one of the conservation programs that does captive breeding for the red wolves, bringing attention to this critically endangered animal, the most endangered canid on planet Earth, to the national stage and giving it more of a spotlight in the national arena than we've seen in a while. And the reason that we haven't seen this in so long, Carrie, welcome in. User, that's a bunch of numbers, but welcome in as well. The reason we haven't seen a whole lot of news like over the past, let's say, 8 years, or even more than that, 10 years, on the red wolf is because there was a lawsuit that needed to be settled. It was ongoing from 2015 to 2023, which halted the release of red wolves into the wild. So captive breeding centers, while they were still doing their job, still breeding the pups and creating more genetic diversity for these animals, they weren't able to release them into the wild up until they settled that lawsuit in 2023. Hi, Stardust, welcome in. Good to see you. So anyway, the reason we haven't seen so much national news until recently is because that lawsuit was ongoing and we were unable to cross-foster or rewild any of these wolf pups for 8 years. And like I said, that lawsuit was settled in 2023, so we're starting to see red wolves pop up more in not just local news in North Carolina, but also national news like we saw last month on the Today Show, which is great news. That means more people are learning about it, and also more people are getting involved. So along with that, the 2024 to 2025 fiscal year, it was approved through the presidential administration of the time that underpasses on Highway 62, which goes right through the Alligator National Wildlife Preserve, where these red wolves are located. As these 2 underpasses were approved, and that came not only from federal money and grants, but also through private donors. Over $4 million of a $31.5 million project was possible through private donors, which is super exciting. That's a lot of money for private entities to raise. for something significant like that. Also, really exciting news from last month. I want to read the article to you because it's awesome. So many of you probably heard about Colossal Bioscience. It's a Texas company, and they were able to revive the extinct direwolf, right? That was pretty big news about a month ago. So I'm going to read this article to you because it's important. This came out April 8th, and I don't know how many people have seen it, but I think it's important to share. Hey, thank you, Stardust, for the good evening. Anyway, this one's titled, "A De-Extinction Startup Wants to Save North Carolina's Red Wolves from Collapse." Colossal Bias... Yeah. I'm going to start again and see if I can get tongue-tied. I'm going to do this and catch up on some current events with the Red Wolves while we're waiting for some people to join in. Kimberly, welcome in. Anyway, Colossal Biosciences, a Texas company attempting to bring back extinct animals such as direwolves and woolly mammoths, believes its technology could also help endangered species, including North Carolina's red wolves, from population collapse. The red wolves, which once roamed most of the eastern and southern portions of the U.S., is one of the world's most endangered wolves. In fact, it is the most endangered canid on planet Earth, according to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. A little more than 200 red wolves live in captivity, but fewer than 20 exist in the wild. Actually, this past week, they just did a survey, and the number they came back with was 17 wolves in the wild, 16 of which are collared and known. They all live in a rural 5-county section of northeast Carolina, but their numbers continue to fall, with many being hit by cars or ending up on the wrong side of a pew-pew. Sorry, I've got to use other sorts of language because the AIs are always listening up there. Welcome in, everybody. So glad to see you. Glad you could join us. And thank you for tapping the screen. That really helps. If you guys could all do me a favor and tap the screen, just send some likes. That'll help push us out to the For You page and get some more people in here. And ideally, help us spread the word about the endangered red wolves. Critically endangered, the American red wolf is. And it's something really passionate to me and kind of for a lot of people that are into conservation and things like that. Thank you guys. The red wolf is one of those keystone species that we're seriously missing in a lot of different ecosystems. And so there's a big push to stabilize the wild community that is there. And hopefully we do see that start to jump up a little bit more with a little bit more action and stuff. Anyway, their numbers do continue to fall, with many being hit by cars or being found on the wrong end of the gun. So this week, Colossal, and by the way, this is from the beginning of April. So this week, Colossal announced that it was able to revive the extinct direwolf, or something similar to a direwolf, given that some scientists disagree these should be called direwolves, using ancient DNA gene editing technology to implant edited embryos into surrogate dog mothers. I think that might be a little bit misquoted. I believe they use gray wolf mothers. Anyway, while the direwolves got most of the headlines, the company also revealed it had cloned 4 red wolf coyote hybrids, taking most of the coyote DNA out along the way. That it believes it could be key to helping the dwindling red wolf population. The company believes these clones, or future clones and offspring, could bring genetic diversity to the captive breeding programs of red wolves. In 2023, like I was talking about before, the U.S. government settled a lawsuit to allow for the release of captive red wolves into the wild again after pausing the program in 2015. So that's a huge step in the right direction. Welcome in, everybody. Still lots of good seats right here up front. So, Colossal Biosciences hopes North Carolina could be one of its future partners, though Marshall Sandman, a Raleigh native and early investor in the company, said the company still steps away from being ready to do that. Sandman, the registered partner of Animal Capital, a venture capital firm that has its office in Raleigh, told Axios that he introduced the company to contacts in North Carolina government to see whether the company could work with the state on its red wolf conservation effort. He also added that Colossal is still several steps away from being ready to do that, but he said the company is considering opening an office in the Triangle, which would be that local area. Thank you guys for tapping. That's awesome. You guys are amazing. The state's Department of Natural and Cultural Resources confirmed that it had met with the Colossal team, but it said it doesn't have a partnership with the company yet. The department met with them as we do with many organizations related to issues and programming under our purview. Matt James, Chief Animal Officer at Colossal, said in a statement that he was encouraged by the meeting with the state. The conservation and repopulation of the red wolf has been a priority in our community since the 1960s. And we have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to make significant strides, James said. We hope we can maintain this momentum and contribute directly to this initiative as soon as possible. So really, really exciting stuff when you look at things from, not just a grassroots conservation perspective, but also this more technologically advanced perspective in ways that we can use current technology to help in the effort to save endangered species like the red wolf. Super, super exciting. So yeah, really excited about that news. How's everyone doing? Also, I've done a test run or two with this current setup. If you guys can just send me a happy face if the sound's good, the music's balanced, that sort of stuff. If you can hear me, put a happy face in the chat. That way I know we're good and you can hear me, you can understand me, that sort of thing. Otherwise, I can adjust things. If the music needs to be lower, let me know. My mic needs to be higher, let me know. Stardust, thank you so much. I don't know why I filtered that, but it shouldn't. Yes, approve that comment. I don't know why it would filter a smiley face. Anyway, we're going to give it a few minutes, see if a few more people can join. I don't want to leave them out of the unboxing just yet. If anybody else has any conservation stories, anything they've heard about the red wolf, or anything just really exciting that's happened in their lives, feel free to drop that in the comments. We can talk about that for a little bit. Or if there's just something cool that's going on in your life, let me know. Those of you that aren't normally here and don't normally follow me, Caitlin, welcome in. Good to see you. Gail, welcome in. So those of you that don't normally follow me or watch my videos, that sort of thing, I just, this last week, about a week ago, got back in town. I took a road trip that was just under 1,400 miles. Howdy, Caitlin. I'm missing some comments. Isaac, welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you. So just under 1,400 miles, I drove from central Oklahoma down to southwest Florida on the Gulf Coast. Was meeting up with some family there, taking care of some family things. Oh my God, Tay in the Wind, the Night Star. Thank you so much. So I've released a few short videos here on this platform. Harmony, Kimmy, Blue Eyed, welcome in. Kat, good to see you all. Dropping the milk. Thank you for the heart, me Blue Eyed. Tan, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you all for the heart, me. And thank you all for tapping. That really does help out. Helps us get our message out. Stardust, yeah. Busch Gardens, fireworks at Disney. Oh, you were there for the fireworks at Disney. That's right. Yeah, that was. Oh, thank you for the good evening. Tay in the Wind. Yeah. I did a live stream from Disney World. I made a split-second decision. Chasing the heart. Thank you for the hand hearts. Harmony for the heart puffs. Thank you so much. But yeah, it was a last minute kind of thing. I was heading up toward Tampa from Southwest Florida and kind of looked at the part. Epi, thank you for the rose. And so I kind of looked at GPS, looked at the clock, and found out that I could be in Orlando just about in time for fireworks, so felt like I'd do that and share that with you, because Disney World is actually something that's very close to my heart. I used to work there, and that was also the same fireworks show that played right after Aaron and I got engaged. Yeah, the Milk Gang's almost all here. We got quite a bit of people. So I do have this box. I wanted to give everyone time to arrive from the Endangered Wolf Center in Eureka, Missouri. We'll be opening that in just a bit. I talked about earlier while we were waiting for people to join. I know a lot of people heard about Epi, thank you for the roses. A lot of people heard about Colossal Biosciences and their efforts to revive the direwolf. Thank you for the heart, me, Jen. And so that's what got big headlines. But what also got big headlines from that company in that first week of April is that they announced they were interested in partnering with the Red Wolf Conservation Program. They had successfully cloned 4 Red Wolf coyote hybrids while removing the majority of the coyote DNA. They believe that they can help out in cloning the red wolves and adding to the genetic diversity of captive breeding programs, which could help bolster, Roxy, welcome in, could help bolster that wild community and the wolves that we add into cross-fostering programs. So that's really exciting news that a company like that, also investors of the company are out in Raleigh, North Carolina, and really are like, they introduced the company to officials in the North Carolina government. Tay in the Wind, welcome to the team. Thank you for the heart. And so really exciting news as far as taking some of this new technology and using it for give me 1 second. Using it for something good in the conservation effort. It was one of the things somebody had asked me what I thought about the direwolf or woolly mammoths being revived. And while it's really cool and they have these blue-eyed, I think I might have beat you, but here, let's do this. I really don't have a whole lot of mods, but I can make blue-eyed a mod, maybe, if I can remember how to do it. I might not remember how to do it. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. So the one thing that I wasn't sure, just out of habit, yeah, I get it. I've been a mod for a few people, and I get it. Sakura, welcome in. Bun, welcome in. So like things like the direwolf and woolly mammoth, well, it's really cool, and I would love to see those animals in person. When we're talking about reintroducing them to in a wild aspect, like the one thing that we don't know and we can't know because they existed so long ago, like 10,000 years plus, is if our current environment can sustain the bioload that they bring, right? And I said, I think the more important thing would be to help these endangered species that we currently have. And it's really cool to see a company kind of step up to the plate that's not only looking at reviving these extinct species, but also in trying to help us in conservation effort for these critically endangered animals. Really exciting. Anyway, I have no idea what's in the box. It's a sizable box. And the one thing that I don't know is if they sent us 3 wolf plushes or 1 wolf plush. So, funny story is shortly after our previous live where we raised the money for the Red Wolves. D, I've missed you too. Welcome in. So shortly after, I received an email from the Endangered Wolf Center. And while I can't remember exactly what it said, it basically said, did you mean to send this adoption amount 3 times? And so of course I replied and I was like, yes, absolutely. And then I explained to them that we had hosted a live event and our community came together to raise this money. I also mentioned to them, so Eureka, Missouri is the town that I went to high school in. So I do have some personal connections there, and with the Endangered Wolf Center. I've visited them before, years and years ago. And that was actually before I was as passionate about conservation as I was. Sakura, thank you for the heart. So got to connect with them a little bit on that, and you know, they extended their thank you to all of you. Thank you so much for being a part of this, for standing up. Thank you, Sakura, for the good evening. Oh man, you're going nuts. Let some other people have it. Don't take them all. Thank you. That's insane, Sakura. Thank you. Anyway, so also in addition to that, I think I saw Chef Batgirl come in. Welcome in. In addition to getting to connect with them, and I need to solidify dates on this, but later this month, either at the end of this month or beginning of June, I'll be running up to Missouri to visit the Wolf Sanctuary, talk with them a bit, and hopefully start laying some groundwork for that future documentary and being allowed to record their pack. And so I'm really excited about that and getting to visit with them and make those connections. But anyway, I've kept you guys here long enough without opening this box, so let's do that. Said here we are, and I've kept it sealed. Yeah, I've had it from just before I left for Florida. I was hoping to be able to do an unboxing while I was in Florida, but I was just way too busy. So here we are. Yeah, super awesome. Like I'm so excited about it. Really everything happening. So we'll carefully open up the tape. You guys excited? I'm excited. I'm really curious what's in here. Oh, no peeking. Not yet. So let's have a look. I'm opening it upside down because my address is on the other side. And I don't want to accidentally flash the camera and pick up some more unintended friends. Anyway, well, I think they sent us multiple wolf plushes. Oh man, this is so cool. Okay, we're going to start off slow. So here, I'll show you the back of this one because they all have the same thing on the back. The American Red Wolf Pack at the Endangered Wolf Center. And it looks like I've got like triplicate of everything, but here is our pack currently. Isn't that so awesome? They're so cute. Say the puppies. I love the puppies because their ears are still flopped over. Just beautiful animals. Anyway, like I said, I've got 3 of these. Maybe I may have to do a giveaway since I've got like triplicates of these things. Alrighty, here's the little fact card they gave us. Whoop-doop-doo. It's so weird having a camera that's the image is reversed because I want to go one direction and it goes the other way, you know. Anyway, let me read this off to you. It shows what their historic versus current range is, which I think is an important piece of information. That yellow there is the natural historic range. And if you look here, North Carolina, that little piece right there is their current range. Anyway, the American red wolf, Canis rufus. Did you know red wolves are the only large carnival species solely native to the USA? It's truly a national treasure. Habitat, forests and prairies. The diet, they're carnivores, is white-tailed deer, turkey, raccoons, opossum, beaver, and other small mammals. The average litter size is 4 to 5 pups. A meerkat! Oh my goodness, that's so cute! Thank you, Sakura. Thank you. And their social behavior. They live in packs of 8 to 10. Its status is critically endangered. It actually became extinct in the wild by the 1970s, and today's population came from a handful of animals. Excuse me. Anyway, to get involved, learn more at endangeredwolfcenter.org. And here's the little picture right here of their scale to a person. They're about the size of my dog, actually. But yeah, that's really cool. Oh, there's a letter. A letter times 3. 3 letters. Anyway, let's read this off. I think I got that in there quick enough that nobody saw my address. Maybe. Dear James. Oh, what is that? Copper picnic. That is nuts. That is so awesome. Anyway, on behalf of the Endangered Wolf Center, I thank you for your generous gift, for your symbolic adoption of the American Red Wolf Pack. Your decision to give to our center makes you a valued partner in preserving and protecting the wild canids. And this is all you. This isn't me. This is you guys. For over 50 years, the Endangered Wolf Center has been dedicated to the recovery of endangered canids. It is because of donors like you that we have been able to make substantial progress toward a world in which the species in our care can thrive in their native habitats. Your choice to give makes a big difference. From the smallest fennec fox to the largest Mexican wolf, you are making the world a safer and more understanding place for these keystone creatures. The Endangered Wolf Center is an independent 501c3 nonprofit. That's business speak. It means they don't keep their money. They're a nonprofit legally. It does not receive any state or federal funding. More than 75% of our funding is received from private contributors, individuals, foundations, businesses, and civic organizations. Your gift goes a long way toward funding our vital conservation efforts. We sincerely thank you for your generosity. Your gift is a choice to aid and advocate for these deeply misunderstood but fundamentally important animals. For that, all of us at the Endangered Wolf Center are truly grateful. Sincerely, Fred Guana, Executive Director. It's really cool. Need more space to set things down sometimes. Oh, what are these? Oh, sweet. So my name's on this just because that's what they used in their form. But this really says Mod James's chat. That's our certificate of adoption, 3 times there. From March 2025 through 2026. That's really cool. I need to get one of those framed. Because that's super exciting. And then we've also got, a Meet the Pack. So this is about the pack, and on the back of these is different pictures of our pack and pups. Meet Reed and Astor's pack. After raising 3 rambunctious boys, Astor and Reed are patient parents and quite the red wolf power couple. A dainty, alert female, Astor, made up her mind quickly about her future mate, Reed. In an effort to offer Astor the choice of a mate, something that would occur naturally in the wild, the EWC, Endangered Wolf Center, introduced her to both Reed and his brother, RJ. Yeah, isn't that so cool? Oh, Sakura, thank you for the popular vote. Let's see. By May 17th, 2021, Reed and Astor were parents to 3 boys who have now gone on to new homes within the SAFE. SAFE is an acronym, and I forget what that means at the moment. RJ Richard Jones. Yes, Blue Eyed, I'm certain that's what it stands for. And if it doesn't, it does now. I'll let them know. By May 17th, 2021, Reed and Astor were parents to 3 boys who have now gone on to new homes within the Safe Red Wolf program. That's a program that either rewilds or places them with zoos and stuff like that, to have their chance to begin a family on their own. This rare species is critically endangered. Currently, there are fewer than 20 known red wolves in the wild, occupying less than 1% of their original range. I'm pretty wolfy. Red wolves can now only be found in a small area in East North Carolina. As the only large carnivore. Man, that was way tougher to say a second ago. That is solely endemic to the United States, meaning they cannot be found anywhere else in the world. They are truly a national treasure. But most people don't even know this American icon even exists, let alone that it is on the brink of extinction. That is why your adoption of our red wolf pack is so important. Your support is vital in our work to save the species and spread awareness about this beautiful wolf. Your symbolic adoption of this pack of the American red wolves will support their care and help us continue to work toward a world where endangered wolves thrive in their native habitats and are recognized for their vital roles as leading members of a healthy ecosystem. So awesome, really cool. And like, if you guys haven't already, give the Endangered Wolf Center a look. You can just type it in on Google and it'll pop up. They do absolutely amazing work, not just in their captive breeding and cross fostering programs, but also in like they do an annual summer camp for children to teach children about wolves and foxes and these endangered canids. And they're really doing an awesome job at kind of dispelling some of the myths behind wolves and bringing a little bit more understanding. Okay, I know you guys have been waiting for this, right? Look how cute these things are. Look how big their paws are. It's so fluffy. It's so cute. And not just one, not just two, but three of them. So this is our little wolf pack. And so I had a poll set up, but I don't think I need it because we had 3 suggestions for names. Right? It's the whole wolf pack. So cute. And they're so soft. Like, you know how puppies are soft? They're soft like that. And my dog is right here. He's coming up to see him. You like the wolves? All right, off. Good boy. So we had 3 names suggested. Can I pet that dog? Here, right.
Can I pet that dog?
3 names suggested, and I actually wrote them down right here. So we have Milk, Milk Paw, and Chasing the Wolf. I believe that was it. I may have, there's also a note somewhere. But yeah, so we don't have to choose a name. We get all 3. Why are all of them your name? Tan, believe it or not, there are so many people here thanks to you. And I can't say thank you enough for everything that you've done. Again, I think we did this last time, but W's in the chat for Tan. Tan happened to catch me on a live stream where I was first announcing this and just kind of rambling. And he started talking to me about it and wanted to get involved to make this a more successful thing. Keep Milk and let the rest of the chat. Yeah, we can do that. I feel it's only right. So Richard Jones contributed a ton to this. I feel it's only right that we let Richard Jones, Mr. Stardust himself, pick the name of one of the wolves. But yeah, so Tan got in touch with me, and we actually chatted on and off the app over the course of a couple weeks to kind of make this event as successful as it ended up being. For those of you that don't know, we tripled the amount that I was hoping to raise. I was hoping to be able to raise enough money. So these paws are just so cute. Like, look how they're skinny up here and they're just so big, like little wolf pups would be. Oh, and they got little beads in them. I'm getting distracted. Sorry, they're so cute. Yeah, so Stardust, if you have a name specifically that you would like for one of these wolves, please let me know, or you can send me a DM or something like that. They hate spinach. Yeah, got little Popeye paws. So yeah, he was really key in helping me organize this, get the word out, and of course, as you all know, so many of you are part of the Milk Gang. He was great about spreading the word and getting that out to you as well. And I couldn't thank him enough. He keeps telling me to let him know when I'm coming up to Missouri, because I'll be, around his neighborhood. I think it's like a 30-40 minute drive, maybe up to an hour and a half, depending on time of day and traffic. I used to live in St. Louis, so I know how that goes. You can't say? Oh, that's all right. D, I'm really glad that you came in. It's been so long since I've seen you. And thank you all for continuing to tap. We're at 12,500 likes. That's just nuts. Oh, you've got to get tomatoes planted. That's really cool. Yeah, get your tomatoes planted. Again, I'm really glad that you came in. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, but yeah, when I'm up there, I'll have to let them know. Maybe we'll do a Chasing the Milk and Mod James collab. But yeah, I'll definitely go out to the Wolf Center. I don't know what the cell reception's like out there. Hopefully I can live stream from there. You have a bunch you're doing right now? Oh, right on. I'll have to check out your video. But even still, I'll have to give him a ring, and good night, D. I'll have to give him a ring and see what he's up to when I'm up there. And at the very least, we'll get together and talk. I know he's got some Lucy Jones, welcome in. He's got some projects that he's a part of, and also some stuff that we had talked about that he wanted to like a direction he wanted to go with some things. But I'll leave that for his story. But there's definitely some stuff that we can talk about. So, and Tanya, I'll just get with you on that and figure out if that's something that so fluffy. I can't. They don't smell like dogs, but that might be a good thing. Woofy. So cute. I guess I should check. Let's set you off to the side. Don't fall. Be good. Stay. There we go. Should check under here. Okay, yeah, that is all of it. I should always lift up the paper and make sure you get down to the bottom of the box. Sometimes there's something hiding. Man, I would let them cuddle with my doggy, but his history with plushes. Here, I'll show you. This used to be a rabbit, and now I think it's an alien. But it used to have it. He just tears plushes apart. Absolutely, way to go, everybody. Oh, right on. Thank you, Tan. Yes, an MVP. Everybody, Roxy, right? It looks like a featherless chicken. Yeah. And he still loves it. It's one of his favorites still. The only one that seems to survive, I think it's up here. So Kong makes amazing dog toys that are really tough to tear apart, and he still manages to, dismember them. This is his fox. I like to pretend it's a red wolf, but we got cuter ones now. So this can be a fox. You want your fox? Boy. He saw me playing with him, just patiently waiting. But yeah, super cool. Like, God, that's so awesome. I'm so glad that they, like, one, that they sent 3 plushes. And yeah, we can name all those. So I guess we should leave it up to you guys. What names do we want? You know, these guys are here because of you. Good evening, Stardust. Thank you so much. But yeah, we've got one named Milk. 10 says we should choose things that aren't chasing. Oh yes, puppy. Look how cute. I know. They're not toys though. Now they're not yours. Okay. Okay, off. Can you see the dog real quick? Yeah, here, Victor. Up. There we go. This is Victor. Here.
Hey, all right, off. He's a German Shepherd Border Collie mix. He's, as far as we know, 50-50 and 100% chaos. But he's awesome. He's my buddy. Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. You're internet famous now. He's awesome. He tries really hard to be a good boy. Your dog looks exactly like mine. No kidding. He dismembered. Oh no, did he? Watch out, pup. You. What on earth is going on? Give me 1 second.
Okay. We back? Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Sweet. Yeah, he mashed one of the buttons. But yeah, he's awesome. And who was it? Was it Jen? Jen, you said your dog looks exactly like mine? That's really cool. He's a sweetheart for the most part. He's super protective though. He's got that German Shepherd part of him, so if he doesn't know somebody, he barks and acts tough, and then he'll let you pet him. Good. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah, he's super happy now. Okay, go lay down. No, you don't want to go lay down? Why don't you go lay down? Good puppy. And he listens. He listens and he problem solves in ways that dogs don't need to problem solve. So if he finds out that there's something that he wants to do, then he'll find ways to justify him being able to do the things that he knows he's not supposed to do. 17. Oh no. That's always rough. You know, when dogs start getting older. You know, by that time they've firmly burrowed themselves deep into our hearts and become a member of our family and our life. It's always hard. So yeah, he's 8 years old, so God willing, I've got plenty of time with him still to come. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Oh, turn to the camera. Okay, off. Here, lay down right here. See what I mean by 100% chaos? Let's boop, doop, boop, boop. There we go. Oh, what was I just saying? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, something that I should say is thank you all. He really does. I'm gonna have to hide this from him. He does good though, because there's so I'll show you this. Like this is the plush he wants most of all. Like this is the sacred plush to him, and I do have to keep it away from him. Is this guy. Stitch is his favorite Disney character to rip apart. and it's been my wife and I started a tradition that every time we went to Disney, we would get him a Stitch plush, usually off of Amazon or something like that, not like an official one. And every time Stitch lost a body part, like immediately, like within the first 10 minutes, he'd just rip the ears off and be like, good, no ears, perfect, right? But every time a part went missing from Stitch, we'd just take a letter off the front of his name. So it went from Stitch to Titch to Itch to Ch. And once we got down to just H, that's when it was about time for him to get a new toy. Oh, he's looking at me now because he heard a new toy. Mike on radio, welcome in. But yeah, super awesome dog. And yeah, that's one of the weighted plushes from Disney. So like, it's heavy, and he the first time he saw that, like, locked eyes with it, and like he just wants it. But I've had it for a little more than a year now, and he knows it's not his. I don't think that would stop him if he just had it available to him. But yeah, he's a good boy, just, you know, in the Border Collie German Shepherd sense, more than the Golden Retriever sense. I know, yeah. I'm just an agent of chaos. But like, good chaos. But yeah, so also in addition, things coming up for me and also for you guys. I say for you guys because I'll be putting it out at least partially here, partially on the other platform that's up in my bio, because there's some long form content there. Is some things and some insight from my week-long trip out to Florida. Not just the road trip itself, but also some of the cool things that I got to experience while I was there. One of the really cool unexpected things was one of the beaches we went to. I guess the sheep's head fish, it was their breeding season, so like they were all over the place, and they are not timid fish. They'll swim like through your legs and stuff like that. Scott, welcome in. Scott's one of my good friends, a regular on I haven't done it in a couple weeks yet, but early morning on Sundays, I typically run out to IHOP and do something that we call breakfast with strangers. And really it's me having breakfast with you all as a chat. But yeah, I'll be uploading more from my trips out to Florida, or my trip out to Florida, and some of the fun stuff that I got to do there, and some of the beautiful scenery. I did. It was actually only for like a couple hours that I was at Disney. It was a detour on my drive back to Oklahoma, as odd as that sounds. But I've spent enough time at Disney to know how I can get away with it, and I think it cost me all of like $5. all the price of a pineapple Dole Whip. Though they are changing their policy, so I'd still be able to do it, but it would take more time than I had that time. I just happened to meet a really nice security guard for the parking lot at the Polynesian Resort. But yeah, I'll be releasing content, both like mostly just teasers here, because short form content on TikTok, long form on the other platform. In addition to that, probably here in let's say within the next month, I've got some more fun announcements as far as the new things in my life, and the direction and projects that I'll be a part of. Some exciting stuff for me personally, maybe exciting for you or exciting to follow along with. So we'll have some announcements about that here in 3 to 4 weeks or so. But yeah, I'm really excited. There's some really cool stuff that I can't really say I get to be a part of. It's more of some decisions that I've made, and just kind of the direction and circumstance of my life that brought these things to fruition. But they are still exciting to me. Dog's just going nuts over there. So I'm really excited to share some of those things with you, and yeah, sorry, I was checking on some things that I was saying at the top of the screen. Yeah, I'm glad you made it in too, Scott. Like, I'm glad you're here. But yeah, also, like, I'm still working on things through the aspect of documentary storytelling. I'm hoping to kind of expand a little bit on what I'm doing with the community in the way of storytelling, not just documentary wise, but Tan just left, and this was a great example of like how he's I think unintentionally become a great mentor. He asked me some really good. I did a lot of filming on my trip. I think I have like a terabyte worth of video that I shot. He has this gift for asking me a single question that gives me about a week worth of stuff to think about. And so he asked me what I thought made a good story. And in the moment, I answered the best I could, but like, I keep coming back to that question. And for me, it's not always about like what makes a good story. It's not necessarily the subject. I think all stories have their worth. I think every story is worth telling. I think the thing that makes a good story is good storytelling. And so I don't know what that looks like yet, but I kind of want to do something along those lines, a community-based thing. Maybe just like one night a week where we do like some sort of storytelling thing. My filter's being weird. My story is definitely worth telling. And that's something interesting that I've really had to get used to, Scott. Is that my story might be interesting. And so like that's something that I want to give that experience to others, is that their story does matter. It is worth telling. It is interesting. And the reason that like I wasn't viewing my story as interesting is because I am my story, To me, most of my life is very simple, everyday, mundane things. And sometimes I don't see the interest or intrigue in the things that I'm doing or something like that. And another part of it is sometimes I don't always feel qualified to talk about the things that I talk about, because I'm not like the top in my field of something or something of that nature. And realizing that, like, a lot of times it's like stories need to be told from different perspectives. And sometimes that perspective is passion. And so while I might not be like the leading expert on the Red Wolves, as I was instantly impassioned by their story, and it found its way to my heart very quickly. And there seemed to be an urgency behind this story that I needed to share it with others, that I needed to talk about how important it was. And so I did. And the response has just been incredible from that. Amazing. And I'm still like slightly in disbelief at how many people, were affected through my attempt to tell their story, through my eyes. But also, I forget things like I took a lot of classes in biology in college. My major course of study was applied and theoretical mathematics, and that's why I own and operate a restaurant and bar. That's my joke. Okay, puppy. But really, the thing is, one semester I was research assistant, and we developed something really cool. But I absolutely, yes, I know, puppy. You need to be in my face. All right, good boy. Go lay down. Go lay down. You can lay down right here. Right here. Give me 1 second to get him settled. Puzzles. Oh yes. Love these puzzles. Boop. And aside, so I burnt out on math after that research assistant position. I don't know if anybody follows math or cartography at all. But so this was early 2000s, and we actually developed a new type of math called topographical mathematics. Hey, Light Frozen Art, thank you for the rose. And so what topographical mathematics did is we took fractal mathematics and threw their applicability into map making, or specifically being able to accurately estimate the distance of a coastline, because coastlines are ever changing with the ebb and flow of a tide. So that's the math that I was involved in helping create. It's a new subject in math now, but like the work and repetition and just really, man, it's a grind. Was tough for me, and so at that point in time, before I burnt out, I was looking at getting a postdoctoral degree in mathematics and going into professorship and leading those type of research projects. And after that, I couldn't see myself doing it. The work was so arduous and like put me in a place mentally and emotionally that I didn't like being. So I talked to my advisor about it, and it was like, well, you're in a really interesting position with like, one, how many math courses you've completed, how many credit hours in math that I had. I had a bunch. And he said, no matter what I switch my study to, I won't have to do math ever again in my life, academically. I won't have to take any more courses in math, which was a joy to me because I was literally that dumb. Oh, I am not a doctor, by the way. So I ended up not switching my major field of study and instead added on a minor degree in bioinformatics. But I did switch from a bachelor's of science in mathematics to a bachelor's in arts of mathematics, which is weird. But like that kind of set me up to do biological research from a statistical standpoint. Anyway, that long story just to say, I forget that in some ways I am qualified to talk about these things. But I don't think of myself as that. I think of myself as just a normal person. And honestly, it's all of you out here in the chat that remind me that there is some interest in my story. And I'm incredibly grateful for that, because to me, I'm just James. I feel like I live a very, very normal life, at least at the moment. That may change here in the future. So like I was saying before, kind of teased a little bit, is there's some really interesting developments and future plans that ideally I'm going to be able to take a part of. And I'm super excited about that. Some of those are plans like 2 to 3 years in the future, but with those, some of the action starts now, and I'd love to take you along on that adventure with me. So yeah, that announcement and what Scott, you're close. I won't sell the bar. No guarantees on hitting the road. There is a chance that I do hit the road for an extended period of time. I've been looking into and researching, what it would take for me to be able to spend a year on the road. And like on the road, like I'm not stopping and staying at hotels and stuff like that. But there's still a lot of the world that I want to see, and so many places that I do want to document, and stories that I want to share, and people that I want to meet. And I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I'm almost done trading my time for security and stability, and I have this opportunity to uproot myself a little bit and go out and chase some of my dreams. And so that's kind of been weighing heavy on me, and got me looking into some options for what some people might consider like an alternative lifestyle. But it's definitely something that does, like, at this point in my life, would require some planning, and would require a little bit of stability. But yeah, we'll have more on that. Another part of that, excuse me, is we can announce this now. Like building a new home base for me. So my parents have some land, a small acreage, not too far from me. My mom and stepdad, and building a tiny home out there to call a home base. My health limits me on what I can do, so living through others is my travel. Oh, very cool, Stardust. I'm sorry to hear that your health limits you, but I'm glad you found an outlet. So I'll actually be building a tiny home from scratch, like just a 300 square foot, probably like 20 by 15. Is that 300 square feet? I think it is. Tiny home, like efficiency thing. All by hand. I'm going to do all of the work on that. One, because it's cheaper. I can put together something like that probably to a finished extent, or close to finished extent. Insulated electricity, water, that sort of thing, for around $3,500 if I do it myself. Looking into things like that, if I was buying like a prefab shed or something that was set up for it, it goes for like 10 to 16K, and that's a little bit out of my price range, while still keeping the things that I'm passionate about in my life. I don't want to stop doing those things to be able to afford something else when there's a cheaper way. So, that's again something that I'll be documenting and sharing with you all as a little insight to that part of my life, and me just wearing myself out. But all parts of these small steps toward a little bit more freedom here in the future, before too long, I hope. But yeah, I'm super excited for the future, and like honestly, I feel like the first time in a long time that I've been very excited for what's coming, and also just really excited to be able to share it with some other people that really enjoy this. So anyway, I have to once again. By the way, Stardust, did you have a name that you preferred for one of our little monsters? One of our. I am in Oklahoma. The flyest punk. Yeah, Stardust, if you've got a name, you gave so much toward these little guys. I'm in the OKC metro area. I'll go that specific. But yeah, Central Oklahoma. Hey, and many blessings to you too, Scott. You graduated from Del City? No way. I spent a little time living in Del City, about a year and a half, 2 years or so. Over off of what was it, Sunny Lane and 29th, that whole area, over by the high school. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up here for tonight. RJ, oh, I love it. I absolutely love it, especially since the brother of the pack father is RJ as well. There's layers to that. But for Richard and James, yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. So we've got Milk, RJ, and then we'll have to get the chat in on another one. I kind of like the, I forget who suggested it. It may have been, who was it? I have the hat here. I think it was Alex D that suggested Chasing the Wolf. and I don't know, I just like it. Yeah, I was the flyest dunk. I was right around the corner from there. But yeah, I'm gonna put a wrap on tonight's. Again, thank you all so much. Not just for your generosity in adopting these red wolves and helping support a critically endangered animal. Stardust, thank you. But also just for being here. Seriously, you guys showing up to my lives as often as you do, and no, actually, I'm still working on a mini doc series about Oklahoma's ecosystems. The rain and stuff has kept me from it. Richard Jones. W's in the chat for Richard Jones. Thank you for the good evening. But yeah, showing up daily. Just the support for that you guys give me being here, and for the gifts, everything like that. Seriously, truly, thank you. I announced at the previous one where we had the adoption drive. Stardust. Gonna make me blush. All of these proceeds go toward this Red Wolf project now, and I'm still holding true to that. But your support helps so much in what I'm able to do as far as raising awareness. This next month, traveling out to Missouri to actually visit this wolf pack, and just keep spreading the news, and not just for them, but for conservation in general, and inspiring, ideally, not only people of my generation, but the next generation, as far as getting it involved in conservation and really exploring our natural world. And hey, thank you for the heart, Mayor Richard Jones. Exploring our natural world and taking the time to just appreciate it. I think that's something that we can all benefit from, is just being able to go outdoors and kind of revel in the natural beauty that is there, even if it's just our own backyard. So again, thank you all. I appreciate it. Still more news to come as far as what's going to be happening in the future, and I would love for you guys to be along for the ride. So anyone that's new in the chat, if you haven't already, hit that follow button. It's free to do. And if you're feeling froggy, you can drop a heart me, but I'm about to log off. I love you guys. There's no other way to say it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Those of you that are still here, like Frozen Art, thank you for the heart me. Welcome to the team, to the fan club. I'm going to take off for now, but I will see you all soon.